is what I got.
Oh, baby, broadcasting you from Hackettstown, New Jersey. This is the Dangerous Rock and Roll Show. I'm the Mickster, and we're skinny dipping in the oil of joy. 5,600 watts of dangerous rock and roll. My co-host tonight will be Sergeant Bilko Kopp. We left Doberman at home, but we don't mind. So gather yourselves around the radio, my friends. We're going to spread a little love and joy from the velvetness of the Purple Grotto called 91.9 Freeform WNTI. Send this one out to my guests last week. One of my guests anyway, Mark Martucci, who said, what is juke joint blues? I said, I'll play you one of the best examples of it I know of. Schoolboy Cleve here on 91.9. There it is.
Thank God for the blues.
Oh, we love that stuff.
Wow.
John Sinclair and his Blues Scholars from 1996 on a record, actually a CD that never came out on vinyl. Bill Kopp on mic number 2.
Hola.
There you go. Sounding good.
A little loud there, huh?
Or yell at the kids.
Samantha and Alyssa, listen now.
Push play.
Play and record at the same time, that's it.
There you go. Yeah, John Sinclair and his Blues Scholars. John Sinclair was the leader of the White Panther Party, who also managed the MC5 from 66 to 69.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the one who does that rant, I do believe. Or the liner notes on the first album.
Huh.
The record that was banned.
The one you played last week.
Yeah, we played something from that.
That was cool.
I don't know if I have I don't have the first press, because the first pressing, they cursed during that part. Thank God we don't have that first pressing. And there's liner notes from John Sinclair. And he's kind of like a nut, man. He keeps putting out poetry over the years.
Huh.
I know. That's a CD that I finally got another copy of, because a so-called buddy and record collector came over and
Borrowed that one from you?
borrowed it without telling me.
Let me guess.
No, nobody you know.
Oh, uh-huh.
Borrowed that and a record that I paid $60 for. They never leave my room, and they left the day he was there.
$60. I thought records only cost a quarter.
Connect the dots. Hey, could have been worse. He had his hands on the hell preachers that day.
Don't tell me that.
Oh, my God. Bill Kopp on mic number 2. How's it going, Bill?
Very good. Thanks for having me up again, Mick.
Yeah, let's hope we don't...
Too much fun we're going to have.
That's right. Let's hope we don't get struck by lightning like last time.
The sun's out now.
The sun is out.
This is too weird.
Well, we can...
Mick in the daylight.
We have shades. We could
Maybe we
change that.
should, yeah.
Well, it's kind of cool, because around 8 o'clock or 8:30 or so, it starts getting dark.
Nice.
So you get the best of both worlds here. John Sinclair and his Blues Scholars. Dr. Blues from Full Circle. Wayne Kramer on guitar from the MC5. And if you like quirky kind of stuff like that, that's a CD that's just loaded with it. We'll hear something later on. I'll play something else off it later on.
Ready?
Forest City Joe did cut that out. That came out on New World Records in 1959 from like this... There's a bunch of blues, sort of folk, Alan Lomax kind of records, and that's one of the few electric ones that is on there.
Wow.
It's been on a few, like Smithsonian anthology kind of things, field recordings. Well, not quite. And Forest City Joe, that tune Cut It Out was a song that Junior Wells did on, I think on either United or States in the early 50s, when it was Junior Wells and the Aces.
Mm-hmm.
Real good stuff. And again, we're not going to...
The phone is ringing. They're not listening.
They're not listening, so we don't answer it. There you go.
We're not home.
Yeah. Marvin Phillips and his Men from Mars before that did that Wine Woogie tune on Specialty Records from 1952. Marvin and Johnny. That's Marvin from Marvin and Johnny. And those guys back then, they always did like one-off records where they named themselves like Jesse Belvin and his Rockin' Spacemen.
Great drumming.
Yeah.
Love the drum.
Yeah, Jesse, young Jesse before that. Young Jesse and the Jacks from 1955 on the Modern record label. Young Jesse's real name was Obadiah Jesse. And he went to high school at Richard Berry. And
Obadiah.
Yeah.
I remember him.
And he and Richard Berry started the Flares and appeared on all the early Flare stuff. She Wants to Rock.
Wow.
And then the company made them change their name into the Hunters, and they did Down at Hayden's and a few things. And Jesse went out on his own. And then later on, he sang with the Coasters and actually sang Youngblood,
Cool.
I believe, which was covered by a million bands in the 70s.
Bad Company, did it?
Bad Company did that?
Pretty sure.
All right. That's right. You are the
Into
Bad
the
Company.
70s we go.
You are the Bad Company free guy. And up top, Schoolboy Cleve. We'll send it out to Mark Martucci, who was up here last week. We had a hooky low last week, man.
Great show last week.
That was fun.
I met Mark last night. Funny.
Yeah. Well, I hope it was in a dingy bar.
On his front porch.
On his front porch. Just as good.
Me and Pete.
The Myth
Yeah.
up here, and also
Oh.
Steve Ryak.
What a show. It was great.
A Steve Ryak sighting in the middle of the day. That is rare. If
That
it isn't
may-
a guitar show, that's rare.
That covers this century, so
Wow.
that was it.
Yeah, but they came up here and we had a good time. It was good fun by everybody, and I like that. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, there's like things underneath the board here. Oh, they're pens. They were acting like little rollers and keeping my papers from coming out.
Not a good thing.
Nah. And that's it. We're up to 6:34, 6:35, and we also put in some Jack Van Impe, Dr. Jack Van Impe
yeah.
stuff, which was a request from Clark, the Pocono Viper,
Oh, okay.
Clark and Maggie, because they love Jack. They're in fact, Clark was sort of hit me to Dr. Jack Van Impe. I knew the voice, but I didn't really know the man.
Yeah.
And I found a couple of his albums and found out that organized religion of any form scares the hell out of me.
The name of tonight's show.
The name of tonight's show is Religion for the Hell of It.
Yeah.
Or Religion for the Halibut. For those of you down the shore.
I'll get working on the cover.
There you go. Bill is the archivist of the Dangerous Rock and Roll Show. And what do you think? Some more music?
What the heck?
What?
I mean, what the? Can you say hell? What the heck?
In that context, yes. This is, next song we're going to hear is by the Spades.
All right.
1965 on Zero Records. And I think you'll recognize it, but it's a little different version if you're hip to the 60s psychedelic scene. Here on 91.9 WNTI Freeform Radio in Hackettstown, New Jersey.
Traditional.
All right, let's see what we just heard. We just heard from the Les Fleurs de Lis,
Ah.
a band, real good band, out of England, doing a Pete Townsend tune, one of the few tunes that he gave away back in the early days, called Circles.
Had that Who sound to it, though.
You got
really
it.
Neat.
And they changed the original title for that song was Instant Party, became Circles, and then it was later on the Who did it as a B-side
did it,
called
huh?
an Instant Party.
Cool.
Yeah, it showed up on a Rarities compilation also. I forget what it was on the B-side of, but I'm sure Steve Ryak is mouthing the words to the B-side right now because he knows. He just
He knows all,
He's a
yes.
font of information, isn't he?
Oh, beyond that. Wow.
Yeah, he's the man. I'm sure that.
Jeff Beck was in the Yardbirds 20 months, right? Just checking.
Was that one of the funniest lines?
That was the greatest.
That was cool.
Jeff Beck doesn't know he was in the Yardbirds 20 months.
Now he does. Oh, man. Yeah, and that was a Jimmy Page produced session. And sure, for my money, it sounds like Page on guitar.
Yeah, that sounded...
But Gordon Haskell, the bass player in that band, swears up and down it's Phil Sawyer, who replaced Stevie Wonder in the Spencer Davis group, the later stuff, with their new face on. And according to the Nuggets box, which we just had in our hands, they say They
here,
say,
right here?
yeah, they say it sounds a lot like Bryn Harworth, who was in that band later on.
Okay.
He hadn't joined the band when that was recorded, so
All right.
we just don't know.
Steve
really,
Colin.
we really just don't know. We heard The Who before that, Run, Run, Run,
That's
from
unreal sound.
Magic Bus. I took it from Magic Bus
Yeah.
because I cracked out my Happy Jack album, the mono record, and I was like, oh, right. Let's get this mono thing crashing through the speakers,
Right.
and only to find that it was unfixably warped.
Ah.
I put like $72 in change on the arm, and it still didn't track it.
There may be a secret to unwarping it that Peter J. might know, right?
Oh, yeah, that baking it in the oven.
Yeah,
Well, he
right.
keeps
Yeah,
telling me
yeah.
to put them in the microwave, but it won't fit. I got one of those little microwaves. The dog
He
started.
has talked about that, though.
The dog started lighting up. So they're sniffing. Speaking of the myth, man, he went to a wedding tonight.
That's what I hear, yeah. He borrowed a clip-on tie from me, and off he goes.
I really want pictures of this. Because you do know.
I think he's going to dance.
No.
Don't tell anybody.
No.
No, you don't think so?
The last time the
slow dance.
The last time the myth tried to dance, one of those real fast things,
Right.
6 guys jumped him, knocked him on the ground, sat on his chest, and was stuffing wallets in his mouth. Yes, sir.
Call EMS.
The myth. I worked with him all week. We
Yeah.
paint-
Oh, you guys have been killing yourselves.
I know, we
Slow
paint-
down. Take it easy.
Hey, we got to make some Georges.
Yeah, I know.
The winter's coming.
Yeah, I know.
Winter's
Storing up
coming.
those nuts for the winter, but
That's right.
the last 2 weeks, you guys have been killing yourselves.
Yeah.
I was down at Long Beach Island, and you were up in some attic.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
still doing that, Joe.
That was that awful week.
That's
Man.
Yeah, we almost lost the myth on that job. First 2 days in that job was those
God.
105
Yeah,
days.
that awful heat.
Wow.
1 week, right?
Yeah, that's an attic job that's very convenient. It's work on it at your leisure.
It's a wintertime job.
Work on it on your leisure and let me know when the money runs out. It's like perfect.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Perfect.
Oh,
A little hot, but
yeah, it's a good job because it like the other day it rained, so we just went over there and did that. But,
cool.
yeah, me and the myth. Heckle and Jekyll. We're gonna wreck a house. Remember that one?
I cannot imagine you two guys working together. That I want video on.
It gets pretty intense.
I bet. I know. I've heard.
It gets really intense. Like the other morning, I just looked at him and said, well, keep it to yourself.
And I bet he didn't.
No, he did.
Oh, good.
He did.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty scary when I get mad. And I don't want to see the myth mad. No way. No way.
No,
I ain't even
never-
going there. I don't even want to go there.
I've seen shades, but
Shades. Hints.
but no, you don't want to get.
No, we don't want to
No,
do
you
that.
don't.
That'd be pretty nasty. Myth and Mick rolling around in the grass. Paint flying all over the place. Hey, the Yardbirds before the Who doing happenings 10 years time ago. The mono mix with.
Snuck that one in on me.
Yes, we did. You were
Yeah.
reading over there. You were doing something. You had the glasses down
Pay
there.
attention for one.
Yeah, and that's one of 3, I do believe. I'm going out on a limb here.
Uh-oh.
One of 3 songs that the Yardbirds recorded featuring Beck and Page.
Wow.
The other one being the B-side of that called Psycho Daisies and I think Stroll On from the
Really?
Blow Up movie, which
Very
there is
cool.
video of, which is very cool.
Wow.
Epic Records 1966. We'll send that one out to Steve Ryak,
Yes, sir.
who knows a good riff when he hears one.
Oh, boy.
And Dizzy Gillespie before that from a 78 called Ooh Bop Shabam, one of the early bebop tunes.
That was terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific background.
You could almost see his cheeks
Oh,
going out
man.
there. My God, what that man did for the sake of music, to his body, to his face.
That was part of the Mixed Mix, right?
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
that when he
Yeah.
you ever see him on?
It was like a fish, like a blowfish.
It was like a blowfish.
Yeah,
it
it
just
was-
immediately.
How could he do that
and
physically?
and it was his
impossible.
upper cheeks.
God.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like wow. That's a lot of
What
horn
year was
playing,
that from?
dude.
That was from the 30s or 40s?
40s. That was from the late 40s.
I had no
46,
idea he was
47.
that old.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Incredible.
You never saw the early pictures of him with his little.
I don't think so. No.
I got a couple old 70 or 10-inch 33s
Huh.
which were probably from around early 50s, with him with his little beret on. Real young, skinny Dizzy with the beret on, going like this, looking at the camera,
Wow.
It's pretty cool. Mixed in with the Chemical Brothers, Setting Sun with Noel Gallagher on the lead vocals there from Oasis. And yeah, they're loud, they're rude, but I like the Chemical Brothers. I like their sensibility.
Yeah.
And I was in the mood
Cool
to
mix.
listen to some loud stuff, so I mixed that in. Art Blakey and Sabu before that.
That I like.
And I don't think that's the Sabu from the old movies. Remember those old movies?
No.
You don't remember them from the 30s? Oh, my God. If anyone's got that Sabu movie.
Mark, are you listening?
Yeah, where he rubs the lamp and the genie comes out and gives him 3 wishes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, my God. He's on the magic carpet.
Different Sabu.
I think so. This Sabu
think?
played the Congress, but it might be him.
Huh.
He might have, morphed into
Never
that
know.
later on. Message from Kenya, and that was actually the first 45 on the Blue Note record label, one of their most collectibles.
Wow.
I don't have the 45. That's from the 78, which is even more common. But that was actually lifted for the record from Horace Silver Trio's record called Spotlight on Drums. Art Blakey. You're a drummer, so you know the Art
Love to
Blakey
hear
thing.
that, yeah.
And the Spider-Man theme before that, sent that out
my favorite.
to your kids.
Samantha and Alyssa, I hope you were listening.
Spider-Man, the album mix. The Litter before that, Kaleidoscope. The old Procol Harum tune from their very first album, done by The
Very
Litter.
neat. Wow.
Yeah.
With that constant phasing deal.
Great stuff.
I love that.
Great stuff. It came out on Warwick Records, 68. I think the name of that album was $100 Fine. And there's some pretty good things. They cover Tally Man and a few others. Pretty good stuff.
All
on there.
cover stuff?
No, they mixed it in now. They did enough originals and covers to make
Very
it really,
cool.
really good. Yeah, they put out like 3 or 4 albums. Distortions, $100 Fine, and Emergence later on, I think it was called, or Emerge. And they all carry a heavy-duty price tag. Every single one of those records. Carl Perkins before that, Her Love Rubbed Off, one of the sickest Carl Perkins tunes ever.
Love the title.
Yeah. In 1957 on the Sun record label. And the Spades up top with Rocky Erickson. Not Rocky, Rocky. He just didn't use the C. R-O-K-Y. 1965 on Zero Records. That's the original version of You're Gonna Miss Me
Great
we
stuff.
did like 2 years later with the 13th Floor Elevators. And the rest is history. The saddest story in rock and roll, Rocky Erickson. Got busted for contraband. And he had a choice to either go to prison or the state mental
What year was
hospital.
this now? 60s?
Late 60s.
Oh, man.
He opted for the mental hospital, and once they got
boy.
him in there, they just
Fried him up.
they just put a funnel in his mouth and shoved down every experimental drug and
Really?
hooked electrodes up to him and zapped him. He's fried to this day.
How old was he when he went in there, you think?
Oh man, early 20s.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he was never the same.
Great tune.
He was never the same before that happened. You can believe that. And that brings us up to date. 717 here on Freeform 91.9. Great. We just mean we like it.
Right.
Doesn't really mean it's great.
Great to me.
Great to me.
Is this Trower with a Les Paul, you think, on the whiskey train here?
I think so. Playing
Must
through a
be,
high
right?
watt amp.
You think?
If we're wrong, I'll get the call. Let's check this out here on 91.9 Freeform. Whoa. I can't turn that off. I can't turn that off. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
That would be Pierre Henry with Team Tonic. This came out on an EP. Psyche Rock, which is really, really collectible. They've actually stolen it for a commercial now. They're taking all our music.
It's true.
They're taking. I've heard The Creation.
Yeah,
I've
I
heard,
know. Yeah, there's some.
I've heard Arling and Cameron
Yeah.
for that Honda commercial
That's funny,
doing
right?
Voulez-Vous. I heard Psyche
Good
Rock
stuff.
the other
Good
day, yeah, and I like spit my bagel out in the living room. I was like, "Do."
There was some band that Pete heard in the background some commercial.
The
He
monks.
couldn't believe. Yeah,
The
monks.
monks of all people.
They were the guys that had the band, the broken banjo that they.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Mortucci had the German picture sleeves up here last week.
I bet he did.
They're so rare. It's like
Oh,
no one's
my
ever seen
God.
them. He's got them in a paper bag. Getting all crumpled.
That's a collection. Wow.
All right, here we go. Whiskey Train on 91.9. Freeform, WN.